Hey gang, how you doing? Just killing some time waiting for my significant other to get her hair done, and I'm bored and thought, why not bore you as well? So I decided I would take a look at some random headlines in the news and share them with you. Just give a little commentary, just to, kill some time and make your life that much more sad, perhaps. So the first one I found was on Breitbart, and it's a little story about wild rabbits in Colorado have been found with horn-like or tentacle growths coming out of their head. Not to worry though, the wildlife people said it's just a virus. It's no big deal. It's a viral infection, and it's not going to harm the rabbits. Well, that's all well and good, but when I hear about viruses and stuff like that, my mind snaps back to a few years ago, and recently we had the bird flu scare, which they're trying to scare us with. So what would happen if they came up with a rabbit flu scare, right? I mean, all of a sudden you start seeing people with like horns and stuff growing out of their heads. Will they come up with a vaccine protocol for that to sort of, stop the spread of the rabbit virus? I don't know. But on the positive side, if you're a hunter and you can't bag a deer, you could always go out, shoot yourself a couple of rabbits with horns in their head and put them on the wall. Not quite as impressive, I'm sure, but it'd be a great talking point to discuss with people about how you went out there and, you were bagging a rabbit. Just a thought. I mean, rather that than the rabbit flu virus that's going to come into humanity. And speaking of ending humanity, an MS-13 gang member who's in jail for rape and murder is suing Trump because he wants to be recognized as a female. Now, as you transgender and you go from male to female, somehow female just doesn't seem to be the right terminology to use. We need to come up with some sort of new term like post-male, ex-male. I mean, you could go he-male, because with the theory that two negatives make a positive, he-male, female might work. But just for the sake of this, let's just say that she, who was formerly known as Oscar Alleguera, and now is known as Fendi G Sky with two Y's. Sky, whatever. But he, she, is so confusing. Post-male, Fendi, or post-male Oscar, who's now Fendi, is worried about the treatment he will be getting from other inmates who I guess aren't really hip to the transgender thing in the jail. However, I think that as a gang member, you could turn this into an opportunity to make money, because I'm sure that these guys after 20 years might actually find you attractive, and you can make some, I wouldn't say cigarette money, but some cigarettes for taking care of their needs, so to speak. I mean, after all, we all are about entrepreneurship and capitalism, so why not grow your own business in jail, since you're getting the thing that used to grow lopped off? Okay, and then I thought I would go to the Drudge Report, just get a little balance, see what's going on at Drudge. But Drudge needs to just become the Trump Report, because 9 of the first 10 stories all dealt with Trump. Trump this, Trump that, Trump this, Trump that, Trump. Talk about Trump derangement syndrome. All right, the man gets enough ink and enough airtime. Do you really need to dedicate the first, 9 of 10 stories to him? And actually, the 10th story dealt with the Ukraine-Russian war and Trump going there to negotiate. So actually, if you think about it, basically all 10 stories, the first 10 stories of the Trump Drudge Report, all dealt with Donald J. Trump. I've had enough of that. So I turned to one of my favorite papers, which is the Daily Mail from the United Kingdom, and just to see what's going on and what's making their headlines. Well, since I've been sitting here and driving around doing things and not really been paying attention to the news today, they were reporting how all 3 New York City airports are facing travel delays because of our thunderstorms that are rolling in and just basically tying up air traffic. They can't take off, they can't land, all that kind of stuff. Now, if you've sat through any of my painful other posts, you know that I think there's a lot of problem with weather manipulation. And I'm just saying, storms are really bad. You got fires popping up out of nowhere. You got earthquakes and typhoons and hurricanes, the whole, you know, even I have things that are almost like hurricanes in the middle of the United States. Just saying. I mean, it's either weather manipulation or, revelation type things, if you like to kind of like read Matthew and Revelation. Just, to spare some, with your spare time, check it out, how things will get worse and worse. And speaking of worse and worse, Rosie O'Donnell's big news in the United Kingdom. In fact, the big news is Rosie's gotten smaller. Rosie is now a size 12, thanks to some sort of, I can't even say it, Moharo, which is, I guess, a weight loss drug that has brought her down from her previous size. And, well, being a gentleman, I would never even try to guess what the previous size was, to a size 12. Of course, the only problem is the drug only works, with bringing down your weight, but it still doesn't help with other aspects of poor Rosie, and she still has a double X mouth. Maybe one day they'll come up with the drug for that and the world will be able to live easier. And finally, they decided to talk about American royalty in the Daily Mail. And if you think about it, the royal family is kind of creepy and into a lot of really weird stuff. And boom, there you go. The Biden family makes it. And in fact, they have a whole basically, I could only look at the headline because you had to pay to read the exclusive article about Ashley Biden talking about her life as a Biden and allegedly being forced to take showers with daddy when she was younger. Who knows how young? I mean, he's an old man, so even 30 would be young to him. And problems with her marriages and her sexual addiction, which I'm sure stems from her wonderful childhood as a royal with the Bidens. There, if I haven't ruined your life enough now, and if this post even makes it to where you can see it, and if you've lasted this far, you almost deserve the Presidential Medal of Freedom. But I'm not connected at all, especially in here, nothing's connected. But I do appreciate you sitting here for your 1 second, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, minute, whatever. It's always great to be loved, because otherwise I'd be talking to myself, which I guess I basically am since I'm staring at my phone. Oh well, people, I appreciate it. Greg Parks from Absurd TV, just trying to enlighten the masses. Have a great day.